Hi, this is Meyers Manx. I want to show you the progress of the next Meyers Manx I'm building. I build buggies for the street, and you have to build them with reliability and safety in mind. Because you have to remember these things are 50 years old, and there's a lot that's wore out and no good on them. Also, there's work that's been done to them that is not so good. But anyway, when I get one, everything gets tore apart, checked, and rebuilt, restored, repainted, redone, you name it. Because they got to be right. Let's take a look. After I got the axle back from the sandblaster, I replaced the bushings that are inside here, the inner and the outer. Now this outer has a bearing, and that was fine, but I replaced all the bushings. I also replaced one of the ball joints. The other ones were fine. Took care of that. The entire braking system is brand new. New master cylinder, new lines, new hoses, new wheel cylinders, brake shoes, and return springs. Also welded in these Avis adjusters. You got to have them because your dune buggy is lighter than a VW Beetle, and you have to adjust your suspension back to the factory height to have these sitting level. I put in the console and the shifter. It's an old bug pack shifter. Works pretty well. I widened the pedals so they're further away from the gas pedal, so you can get your foot in there. Because the console makes your foot go a little bit further to the left, and it could interfere with the brake pedal when you're trying to stop. I have a video about that. I rebuilt the seat tracks and got the seats ready to go. Because they recline. And they adjust forward and backwards real easy. I rebuilt the transaxle, put new boots on it. All these lines, brake lines and hoses, are brand new, along with new wheel cylinders and brake shoes. New starter. I have the clutch adjusted and a new Bowden cable, or Bowden tube, whatever you want to call it. Stainless steel fuel line. The air intake screen. New emergency brake cables. New shocks. I was going to rebuild this motor, but after checking it out, it already was rebuilt and it ran perfectly. The crankshaft has the correct end play. There's brand new head studs in it. The only leak it had was from the oil sump plate underneath. I did add a oil filter pump, so it has a regular oil filter on it. I put in a lightened flywheel. Thought I'd try one of those, but after reading the what's his name, Ron Berg, he recommends a 5-pound pulley, so I bought one of those. Put the chrome engine tin on it, different valve covers. I've already had it running, it runs great. I did drive it before I tore the buggy apart to restore it. And there was no problems then, and there's definitely no problems now. I made that bracket for the rear bumper. Instead of buying a skid plate to mount the rear bumper to, I spent $20 on some metal and figured out how to make a bracket to hold the rear bumper. This thing's not going off-road, I don't need skid plates, so I saved a little bit of money there. All right, so that's about it. If any of my videos helped you out, there's a PayPal link in the description. If you would be so kind as to throw the $1 in the bucket on the way out, I'd appreciate it. It's Meyers Manx. Later.